Hello, my people. I am back again, back again. So today now, I go to join me as we listen to the spokesman of Biafra land, Mazi Samuel Ekpam, disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when he yesterday broadcast when they addressed the state of nation and his sympathy for those people who lost their property and lives and so. So join me today as we listen to him, and please share this video. Share this video. Please put a good comment. Give more information to the people as we are going to the next level. The remaining days that Biafra will come, that we will get our freedom from Nigeria and have a good life, organized country. So join with me as we listen to him together. Join with me, and please, you can also take what you want to take. Go and visit his channel, listen to him and follow him. Support the security. Those people who are in Nigeria, protecting their land, protecting our land and our people. If you can support in anything, please go and support the Biafra movement. Thank you, guys. Thank you as you support. So regarding, let's go and let's listen to what is going to say to us today.
I turn first to words spoken by the Secretary of State for the Colonies, Oliver Littleton, Lord Chandos, as he was otherwise known, on the 21st of May 1953, during the emergency debate on Nigeria's constitutional future, roughly a week before Queen Elizabeth's coronation. This is what he said. Recent events have shown that it is not possible for the three regions of Nigeria to work together effectively in a federation so closely knit as that provided by the present constitution. Her Majesty's government in the United Kingdom, while greatly regretting this, considered that the constitution will have to be redrawn to provide for greater regional autonomy and for the removal of powers of intervention by the centre in matters which can, without detriment to other regions, be placed entirely within regional competence. It is, at the same time, necessary to ensure that the common economic and defence requirements of all regions are secured. I next turn to the words of Sir Peter Smithers, who was the Parliamentary Private Secretary to the Minister of State and the Secretary of State in the Colonial Office from 1952 to 59, in the run-up to Nigeria's independence. He was also the Secretary General to the Council of Europe from 1964 to 1969. Writing in the Times on July the 15th, 1998, he said this: "Sir, during the negotiations for the independence of Nigeria, the view of the Secretary of State at that time, with which I agreed, was that in Nigeria we should attempt to put together a large and powerful state with ample material resources, which will play a leading part in the affairs of the continent and the world. This was attractive, but it involved forcing several different ethnic and cultural groups into a single political structure. The negotiations were complex and very difficult. The chief problem, as I remember, relating significantly to the control of the police and the military. In the retrospect of 40 years, It is clear that this was a grave mistake, which has cost many lives and will probably continue to do so. It would have been better to establish several smaller states in a free trade area. In exculpation, it must be said that we did not then have the examples of the collapse of Yugoslavia, I knew Princess Katerina would respond to that. We did not have the examples of the collapse of Yugoslavia and of the Soviet Union before our eyes. It should now be clear for all but the willfully blind to see that it is extremely dangerous to force diverse racial and social entities into a single rigid structure, such as that which is being built upon the foundation of the Maastricht Treaty. Recent history suggests that it would be best to complete the development of the common market and to call a halt to political integration in Europe. But we all know about Brexit, don't we? Let me conclude these remarks by sharing with you what the new Nigeria will look like. I turn to the French philosopher Rousseau, 18th century, who defined the challenge as follows. The problem is to find a form of association which will defend and protect with the whole common force the person and good of each associate, and in which uniting himself with all may still be himself alone and remain as free as before. This is the fundamental problem which the social contract provides the solution for. I ask those words in relation to Nigeria to be imagined as the Orange Union, in contradistinction to the Union of the Apple. When you peel the skin of the orange, you will see the segments sitting comfortably side by side, together making the composite whole. Whereas when you peel the skin of the apple, the indistinguishable mass. That Orange Union in which the ethnic groups uniting to make the whole in association, but in which, an association in which they may still obey their own priorities and remain as free as before. I conclude by
Nigeria on a daily basis witness the impunity which is a so-called Fulani herdsmen extremists who share an ethnic and religious identity with President Buhari and the Fulani elite, which now dominates all key institutions in Nigeria.
To open an investigation specifically into the wide-scale and systematic killing of the civilian population, and most notably targeting the indigenous people of Biafra.
Clear that now we put the Biafran issue on the radar screen of the government, of the Biden administration, of Congress.
Ongoing and wide-scale systematic killing of the civilian population, and again, specifically targeting the IPOB.
Of weapons being used against Biafrans, but affirmatively supporting an effort to have an independence referendum organized and conducted by the United Nations, as we've done in South Sudan.
Formally open an investigation and look into what we are identifying as a genocide that's being committed by the Nigerian government and extremist Fulanis against the indigenous people of Biafra.
There's been nothing in experience since 1960 to suggest there simply is not a way, given the history of division between the Fulani and the Biafrans, to think that they can coexist under a single sovereign rule.
Finish? But you get so many of that now. Just was the situation you saw in the sick bases. Masses of children lying in the sand. They looked at you and didn't see you any longer, you know. Their eyes were so, they were not there any longer. I'm waiting for water.
We have to stop.
I took a lot of photos of women.
Fellow Nigerian, in search of excellence for Africa, my mission remains to create awareness. Advanced practice. People begin to ask, what kind of possess? And I told them, Simon Ekpa is fully possessed, and also is a man that everybody should be careful to stay out. What's the meaning of that? The meaning of that is what is possessed with the spirit of freedom. When somebody is possessed with the spirit of freedom, it will be in such a way that the person has no any other thing to do to fight for freedom. So you look at the Biafra land as a place called the fatherland of Biafra. The spirit of freedom right there in Biafra has already completely possessed Simon Ekpa. And as he has possessed Simon Ekpa, you that is trying to begin make noise or fight with him or do one or the other, you are also fighting the spirit of freedom. And if anything happened to you, it is not my concern, because you don't understand how spiritual things and the things of the spirit goes. Because in the realm of the spirit, when God wants to make sure somebody is used for a purpose, the person will be used based on that is the coming upon the spirit, or what they can that has possessed you, or the spirit that has possessed you. So spirit of freedom is already in his life and has possessed him fully, and they cannot talk any other thing than what's called freedom. And if anybody needs to move on the same direction or the same path, you also come to the level of that level of spirit of freedom to endow you and possess you, and then you can be able to talk about freedom. People that talk about freedom with empty mouth, they end up carried by chaff. When the wind blow, they are carried away. People that talk about freedom, when something bribe is given to them, they will just betray and go away. But people that are possessed with the spirit of freedom, with the spirit of Biafra land, no matter the bribe you give to them, they will never accept your bribe. They will never agree with you. If you like, bring your take presidency of social country, they will never accept it from you, except that freedom that has possessed them, that they are after. That's what they go about. So Simon Ekpa is already filled with the spirit of what's called freedom fighting. And so you should stay clear and not fight the man that has received what's called the grace or received the power or the spirit of freedom. Don't fight that man. Fighting that man will destroy your life. It may even cost you what you will never, you and your generation may suffer it. So I am not here to begin to, follow anybody or side anybody. I am here to throw the light of what I am seeing in the spirit, because the spiritual control physical. And when I'm giving the message that's called the spiritual message, I pass it raw the way it is. Simon Ekpa is a man that has already been filled and also possessed fully with the spirit of freedom. And spirit of freedom is not the kind of spirit that you joke with. When Jesus came upon the face of the earth, he said, the spirit of the Father is upon me, for he has anointed me. The spirit of the Lord has come upon me. He has anointed me to preach the good tidings, to spread the good news, to carry the word of God all over the place. And Jesus went about, was doing exactly what the spirit of the Father possessed him to do. And that same spirit was what made him, that even to extent that he died on the cross and was buried, and on the third day he resurrected, because there's a spirit that quickeneth the dead body. And the spirit quickened Jesus, and Jesus went up and began to do exactly what he came to the world to do. So Simon Ekpa, you are saying, is a disciple of what's called freedom fighting, and the spirit of freedom has fully possessed him, and you can never separate him from that spirit, and he can never one day wake up and talk about any other thing rather than talking about freedom. And that is why most of the revelations you are seeing, and most of the deep mysteries and deep things that is bringing out here and there is based on the spirit of freedom that is upon his life. So if you want to stop him, go first of all and remove the spirit of freedom out of him. So when you remove the spirit of freedom, then you can have a way. But if you cannot remove the spirit of freedom, you better join him and not fight him. That is what's going on. And then you come to the Biafran land as a Biafran nation. All the people that must talk about freedom are people in the class of what's called Jim Ojumeku Ojuku. We talk about people, you go straight away, you talk about somebody like Namo Decano. You talk about every other person that is not known. They're not known, but they are hurt. You talk about Simon Ekpa. You talk about Major Prophet David, Elijah. We are not talking about this freedom based on, we are so, or we want to collect money or this or that. We are talking about the emancipation of God's people. God's people is in Nigeria, and also their light is not shining. It's supposed to shine the way it ought to shine, to change the destiny of Africa, to change the destiny of the people right here in the South Africa and the West Africa, Nigeria side, to change their destiny, to even bring a blessing to Yorubas, to the Hausas, to Fulanis and everywhere, to bring the lights that will shine permanently. But it is quite unfortunate that some people are.
I am Olayomi Koiki of Koiki Media, and also the spokesman for Chief Sunday Igboho. First and foremost, I'm going to try and speak English to direct message back to the IPOB that we are Yorubas, a very proud one. Whatever you have against what took place yesterday, you have the right in your own capacity, but you don't have the right to tell us who we deal with among you, IPOB. We can deal with anybody that we feel that is the right person to deal with. If you have a problem with that, you can go into any of the bridges or rivers across the world where you are and jump into that river and die. I am known as Koiki Media. And whatever we do with Simon Ekpa has been stamped yesterday, the 5th of November, and that will go ahead. Whatever is your concern on that, we don't give a toss. My name is Olayomi Koiki. Probably maybe some of you don't know who I am. Let me repeat this clearly, that the only person that we follow is our own leader that has spoken yesterday. And since our leader has spoken, if you are not comfortable with that, why should we care about that? Let me say it again. If you have a problem with Simon Ekpa, go and die into any of the river, or you can take the rope and kill yourself today. We are fighting one single enemy. We don't have any issue with the Biafra. We only have issue with the Fulani. Don't you understand that also among us, we have issues. We have people that probably even do not believe in what we are doing. So why should we be more concerned about you on what we do with Simon Ekpa? And I repeat again to any Yoruba that is not comfortable with what we done yesterday, go and die as well. Mad people all over the place. We have moved forward yesterday, and that is the beginning. I have spoken again this morning to Chief Sunday Igboho. For those of you that feel convinced Igboho, we come and make a conversation with Simon Ekpa. Orí yín ti gbálẹ̀ gbogbo yín pátápátá. Gbogbo ẹni mo fi sọ ní bíbá. Orí gbogbo yín ti gbálẹ̀ ni mo sọ. Mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ lè wà àárín èmi àti Chief Sunday Igboho. Ẹ lè wọ̀ láyé. Kí ni mo sọ? Ẹ lè wọ̀ láyé. I don't have any problem with our Biafra. Can you not put on Biafra? We deal with Simon Ekpa. And let me put this on record for those of you that probably did not know. Before Nnamdi Kanu was picked up, we had 4 meetings. I don't have to go into all the details. Myself was in that meeting. It was actually Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that called for that meeting. We did not go for him. He actually wanted to speak to us. And whatever he told us is what we are going along with. We respect all the legal representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We don't have any problem with you guys. But if you think that by dealing with Simon Ekpa is a crime against humanity, I say it again, go and die. You better die now before it is too late. Because we are fighting only one enemy. And that enemy is not Simon Ekpa. That enemy is not even the Biafra. But if you as an individual that think that, hey, take down that picture of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me say this clearly. Nnamdi Kanu is not just for the Biafra. He was actually fighting for the whole humanity. And let me say this again. We have the right to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu picture at any time, any day, and I will talk about it at any time without taking any instruction from anybody. I am Olayomi Koiki. If you are not comfortable with that, like I say, I am not Mayegun General. This is Koiki Media, fighting for one singular cause, fighting for the Yoruba people, the Biafra people, the Arewa people, and all the freedom fighters around the world that would love to exit that shithole country known as Nigeria. If you are not comfortable with that, there's not much I can do. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos. Accordingly, very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world. I have come this evening for yet another State of the Nation broadcast. In response to the invasion, killing in Biafra land by the Nigeria Boko Haram controlled military and the bandits in the name of Ebubago that are operating in Biafra land, and they are not Biafrans. Without wasting much of your time, on this day, the 8th day of November 2022, dear Biafrans, families and friends, and those who are with us today in the liberation phase of Biafra. We need to pay attention and at the same time to pay some respect to those who were dear to us that today have lost their lives, and those who also have lost their properties to the Nigeria terrorist government. Also to those who may have lost their businesses, those who lost their businesses in Onitsha, those who lost their businesses in Imo State, those that their market and shops were burnt in Izombe, those that the Nigeria terrorist Fulani masterminded the bombardment of their properties in Lagos, those in Kano. Each day we come to give a broadcast like this, we have to remember all those atrocities against Biafra people across Nigeria. Yesterday was yet another sad day for Biafrans. Today also is still yet again another sad day for Biafra. We've seen how the Nigeria army, controlled by Boko Haram, as everybody knows, invaded a community called Izombe, and they burned the businesses of Biafrans and destroyed their properties. I am going to show just a very brief clip. What you are looking at is the evidence of the bombardment of Biafra unprovoked. While all these are happening every blessed day, those who call themselves politicians in Biafra land, you will not hear them speak. The responsibility is therefore on us from today. We speak for them, we fight for them, we protect them, We give them security, and this has been the plight of Biafrans and every other indigenous nationality in Nigeria. You buy yourself a security, you buy yourself water, you pay your school, you buy social amenity for yourself, you pay for your own security. At the end, the only thing you have left is terrorist Nigeria with fraud, Nigeria with scammers, and all those names as a result of the Janjaweed policies that have destroyed your future. Today, I can assure you that Biafrans have raised men and women of valor. Today, we can beat our chests and say, those who died in their millions during the Biafra genocide have given birth to men. And these men have risen up, and we will take it upon Nigeria, upon ourselves, to liberate our people and free them from this bondage. 2 years ago, a community in Biafra land called Ohofia resolved to boycott every consumption of beef in response to this particular invasion of Fulanese. The scorched earth policy of the rampaging Fulani terrorists masquerading themselves as herdsmen. Ohofia community took it upon themselves, and they banned, they boycotted everything that has to do with beef. As I speak to you today, the Nigeria-controlled terrorist government till tomorrow, the Nigerian army barracks at the Ebem Ohofia doubled today as a cattle colony and a safe haven for the Fulani kidnappers. To the knowledge of the Nigeria authority, especially the commanding officer of the Nigerian army, which is giving them security and cover-up. As I speak to you today, because of the singular act of the Ohofia people boycotting of the Fulani evil meat, just this past week, over 50 civilians were killed. And the houses of people in Ohofia sit ablaze. And the Ohofia commander or garrison commander is still bragging, boasting how he's going to spill more Biafra blood in our own land. A lot is happening, and probably because the November we have entered is the official month, the liberation of Biafra will start. I want to remind you today, you know, in a failed state like Nigeria, terrorists take advantage of the failed state, and each time they perpetrate this terrorism or terrorist attack, the ignorant citizen, immediately after each terror attack, will help them to tell a different narrative without investigation. This has been favoring the caliphate and the terrorist Nigeria. This narrative must change. Biafrans, from today, whatever happened in your vicinity, you do not need to tell the story. Because we are under terrorist attack. We are under foreign Fulani invasion sponsored by the Nigeria government, and they can come and they can attack in different ways. So therefore, the narrative must change. You must not conclude on anything whenever such attack happens. The Nigerian terrorist government understands Nigeria are. And each time they mastermind the attack, they will allow you to tell the story. Just like today, attack in Ogogo Market, in the health bridge of Onitsha. You're listening to the story of ignorant traders telling you chemical explosion. What chemical explosion? That was a terrorist attack. You don't give them the narrative that favors their terrorism. You must not give them the narrative that favors them. We are changing it from tonight. Today, there is a morale in the Zombe town of Imo State, where many people lost their lives in Nigeria. Boko Haram control military joined with a Bubago terrorist attack in that community yesterday, being the 7th day of November 2022. We are yet to know the numbers of people that they killed. We are yet to know numbers of victims of this particular attack. Businesses of Biafrans, properties of Biafrans, the market of Biafrans were burned down to ashes. Yet, no single politician in Biafra land is talking. Do you understand the reason why we are going to burn down every INEC office in Biafra land from tonight? We'll bring them down. We are not going to allow any representative from tonight anywhere in Biafra. It is going to take time, but I will tell you today, it is a step at a time. One step at a time. The revolution have just begun. It is going to be a gradual process. And you must listen to the instruction. I want to remind you, Biafra people, we are mourning victims of terrorism, victims of attack, victims of those who have fallen into the Nigeria terrorist-controlled army in Biafra land. Both those killed by the state actors and non-state actors. Each of their lives were different in their unique ways. They came from different places and background, yet they all suffered the same absurd fate.
Thank you.
Like hundreds of others.
Thank you for correcting
in the street of Olu,
I always make this mistake.
in the street of Ihala, in Musuka, in Onitsha, in Ibocha, and other parts of Biafra land and beyond. The same fate has befall many Biafrans, and nobody, no elected official from Biafra land ever spoke for them. Nobody has ever raised their voice to speak on behalf of the people that suffered to elect them to represent them in Nigeria, evil state. None. No one is speaking. The governors are the one bringing them to kill. Only those who support their government and their annihilation and killings are those that are benefiting from them. Every other person in Nigeria struggle for everything you do in your life. You will struggle to go to school. You will struggle to get water to drink. You will struggle to build your own road. You will struggle to get electricity for yourself. You will struggle to go and pay for medical bills. You will struggle everything in your life. You are going to struggle to. Yet, after all this struggling and trying to make your life meaningful, Fulani from foreign land will come and destroy it in one day. And every 4 years, you will stand up and go to suffer yourself and vote. In the process of voting, you risk your life, and some of you get killed by political thuggery. We need a nation that you will be treated like a human being. We need a nation, just Biafra, where the human life will be valid.
Yeah, important. Yeah.
I'm telling you, we remember each and every one of you. The fire in Onitsha Market, the bomb explosion in Ablado, Lagos, the burning of market in Kano. The list can go on and on. Today, we have been bombarded again at Onitsha Obogu Market. This day, which is a very historic day in the liberation of Biafra, we also remember each and every one of you who lost your businesses and properties and everything you have labored for. But I want to tell you today, remembrance must lead to action every day. After every terrorist attack by the Nigeria state against Biafra, we all try to go back to our normal lives. Yet, the victims and their families, for the survivors of this particular evil attack by the Nigeria state, that is just impossible. They can never go back to their normal life. It is impossible. Nigeria is a country where there is no insurance scheme. Once your business is gone, it is gone. You will be reduced to a nomadic lifestyle. So it is impossible for the victims of Ayo to go back to their normal life. It is impossible for the victim of Izombe to go back to their normal life. It is impossible for these people who have been victim of a Nigeria state to go back to their normal life. That is why we must all stand in solidarity with them and support their need, while we continue to work to ensure that these tragedies do not happen again without retaliation. I want to tell you, first of all, we must stand by the survivors of this Nigeria terrorist government attack and their families. Those who have lived with the scars of Nigeria Fulani terrorist act need special support. That is why we are working very hard to liberate Biafra by 2023, so that Biafra can help them and rebuild their lives in a very short period. Otherwise, nothing else will ever work for them. We understand that in quest for Biafra liberation and freedom next year, they initiated the change of Naira note. We want to tell them that we know that was coming. And we don't want to make public statement on that. Everybody will pay the price.
Biafrans and Biafran government, when restored, will give them support and will also facilitate compensation when possible, and to help them get back to a normal life as soon as possible. The second thing I want to mention to Biafra today is the Biafra freedom will heal all this wound that Nigeria government has inflicted on you. The wound of slavery.
Yeah, make us see.
And this particular healing of this wound will bring lasting peace to Africa.
Yeah.
Poverty and hunger can be fought through inclusion, and education.
And all the freedom fighters.
And that is the only thing that will heal this particular wound. And Biafra will make it possible.
Later.
This is the reason Biafra must be preached to our children, young ones, and our business places. This must be done every day in our communities, in our schools, in our public debate. And I'm happy that we have succeeded, and today our children are all listening to the awareness of the Biafra freedom.
Later.
The third thing I want to mention this evening, which is very crucial, that every person in our Biafra provinces has the right to feel safe in their street and in their homes. And this requires cooperation within every agitating group. This I will continue to put emphasis on. We need to work together to tackle this Nigeria terrorist network across our state, to deny them the access to intels against our security network. By joining forces, we can maintain our community as area of freedom and security. This we have also been able to achieve. And we have recorded huge success in the past 4 months. I must tell you today that the commanders of the Eastern Security Network have dealt mercilessly with terrorists attacking our people. And have worked very, very well to make our communities and farmland safer. Those of you in Biafra land, you can testify to this. Those who couldn't go to their farmland 3 years ago, you understand this better now than anyone else. But today, we are faced with another dangerous challenge. The challenge of kidnapping by the Fulani terrorists in collaboration with the Nigerian army, controlled by Boko Haram. They are now the biggest challenge in Biafra land. They took guns, they took armored tanks, they have military uniform, and they come in Biafra land in the name of Operation Golden Dawn, and whatever nonsensical name they give them. All they do is to stand on checkpoint, kidnap our people, give cover to criminals and the terrorists from the Sahel, and they kidnap 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers away from their military checkpoint. Everything that glitters is not gold. It's time to fight the Fulani repentant Boko Haram that are now in our land in the name of military in Nigeria is not aftermath of their destruction of a zombie. It is not aftermath of them attacking Iyala. It is not aftermath of attacking Olu. It is not aftermath of attacking Osuka. It is not aftermath of attacking Iguacha. It is every day
same time, we will be fighting the liberation of Biafra. We also take solemn vow to eradicate terrorists, both those in uniform and those, the non-state actors from Biafra land, and to build a Biafra that is freer and more secured for our women and our children. The attack yesterday in Izombe has shown the fear they have over Biafra coming in 2023.
Yes.
When you look at the market,
yes,
does it look like a place where you have gunmen? Does the market look like a place where you have gunmen camping? Does it look like a place you have the liberation force of Biafra? Does it look like a place you have the Eastern Security Network? The answer is no. So I must tell you that the continual burning and destruction of our villages by the Nigerian military have shown the fear over Biafra coming in 2023. They simply want us to start our campaign. And let me tell you today, we are ready for that campaign. The campaign will not come the way they want it. We decide how we are going to carry out this campaign. We decide how we are going to fight them. They are not going to tell us how we fight them. We decide how to fight them and how we will fight them and when we will start fighting them. This attack against innocent Biafrans have helped us to build the case we have against Nigeria. And from tonight, we're going to make a very strong pronouncement. So responding to the killings of people in Izombe, in response to the burning of our market in Biafra land and beyond, to the destruction of Biafra market, businesses, properties across Biafra land and beyond, the Biafra Liberation Force has declared from tonight economic war against the evil terrorist Nigeria economy. Until the last day Biafra will exit Nigeria. From tonight, we have officially declared economic war. I'm going to explain what this economic war means. The economic war and sabotage will be taken directly to all oil installation and oil pipelines across Biafra land, taking effect from tonight. From tonight, our target is to make sure that everything Nigeria government have done to Biafra people in their market, we are going to inflict the same pain to everything that brings money to the economy of Nigeria from tonight. Our aim as we enter the liberation of Biafra from today is that everything that Nigeria is getting from Biafra land, we are going to crush them as a response to the destruction of our businesses and market. In our preparation and the readiness to further stop Nigeria from conducting election in Biafra in 2023, from tonight, every INEC office in Biafra land will suffer the same fate, just like Izombe market suffered. Every INEC office anywhere in Biafra territory will suffer the same fate, just like Izombe suffered, just like Iyala suffered, just like Olu suffered, just like Ahia Otutu suffered, just like all the market in Biafra land that the Nigerian terrorist government have ordered the bombardment. They will all suffer the same fate from tonight. Every INEC office in Biafra land will be treated the same way. The best self-defense
is to attack. We therefore call on all Biafrans to keep off from any INEC office in your area. Keep off, distance yourself from there. Because those INEC offices will suffer the same fate that Nigerian government have given to our businesses and our communities. From tonight, the fight and the liberation of Biafra from Nigeria has begun. And in the coming days, we are going to make more pronouncement and more directives will be given. The liberation of Biafra is now official. And finally, every action coming from the coming days, we are going to make it more pronounced. And the directive will come as we go on. The liberation of Biafra for the second time is now official. And finally, every action coming from Biafrans are also geared at releasing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. We thank our Oduduwa Yoruba brothers and our alliances. The historic alliance that we have formed will remain, and we just started. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Oduduwa nation as we wait for other nations from Nigeria. May God bless you all, the Biafra people. Thank you.
Hello, my people, my brother, my sister from Biafra land, wherever you are watching me from, in part of this world. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much for coming in to join me and listen to our spokesman, Mazi Simon Ekman. Yeah, this is time for us to be strong and be focused and try to support him and support the people back home in any way we can support. We have to stay strong. So my brother, okay, I was, when it comes to our natural item, we have to focus and list it. So let me read. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you join the Zoom on Saturday doing the youth fundraising with your children and follow the suit. Okay. And so my brother, if you are there, if you are still there, please, you can type something. If I ask a question, because sometimes I follow, but I don't know how to support because I don't want to use my bank detail. Yeah, there's a card there. This card they call it Google Payback card. Because I don't want to use my bank detail. If I still have this card, in this card you can buy as much you want. Like it's Google card, certainly Google card. I used to use it when I want to super chat, but long time I've not have time to buy the card for some time now. No time to buy it. I always forgot anytime I go for shopping. So this card you can have 300 euro card, 200 euro card. What my problem or my question is this: can I use that card if I want to support on Saturday or anytime? Can I use the card if I don't want to use my bank account? This Google Payback, they call it Google Payback. I think I have it. I don't know. I cannot find it now. I have before. I used to use it. You can. I don't know if you can answer. If you can answer me my question. If you can give me answer. Can I use that Google Payback card to support? I think my brother is not there anymore. I think he is not there anymore. Iyezu. I don't know if I can use that Google Pay card. You can ask Honorable Azuka, the leader of Umwanda. Okay, so if I should, okay, how can I join the Zoom? How will I join? How can I join? Because I know last time I saw it on YouTube. So when, like Saturday, when they come in, I can click in or what? I don't know. Sorry if I asked too much question. Because I would love to pay with that Google Payback card. I don't know. So if in case you come across this YouTube channel, tomorrow is anytime anyone come across this YouTube channel and you believe in your freedom, you want your freedom and you want the freedom of your people back home, please join on Saturday the youth fundraising and support. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Support so that we can get our freedom. To get freedom is very expensive. If you speak with your mouth and you don't have money, you cannot get your freedom. Your money speak. They need this money for support those people who are back home, protecting the land, and in other things which it's not what they speak here in social media. But if you follow Mazi Simon Ekman, you will understand what they need the money for. So please join on Saturday. If you have not come across Mazi Simon Ekman and brokers go enter Biafra, how they call it, enter Biafra life for that. In case you come across this channel and you want to watch Mazi Simon Ekpa live brokers, enter Biafra live. Just type enter Biafra. That is how I find him when I was looking for him. Enter somebody. I go to Facebook and I saw it, and at that time it was still on Facebook. Then he say, then I begin to ask, how can I go to YouTube? How can I follow him on YouTube? Then I saw it that enter. Then I type enter. So if anyone that come across this channel, this YouTube channel today, come across this video and listen to this message, and you want to watch Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesman of Biafra, they want to watch him live, enter Biafra. Then you can watch all his live broadcasts from 2 years ago or 3 years ago. That's 2 years ago till now. You can also press the notification button so that anytime when he is live, you will know that he is live. Okay, just join it. Visa YouTube, enter Biafra, Simon Ekpa, and you will see the direction on how to join the Zoom. Okay, sir. Let me put it on notice. Okay, sir. I will join and I will ask questions so that they say, yeah, I can use pay card. Then I will go and buy it. I don't want to use my bank detail. It's not that I'm scared, but it's just a private something. I don't want to. Enter. Zoom. Okay, sir. I've put it on notice. So join me tomorrow as I come on live. But I'm going to play the 2 years stream of Mazi Simon Ekpa. He was teaching we data robo people why the reason they call us data and what is the meaning of data. Please, you can join me, and if you have any robo brother and sister, please invite them in, because a lot of robo people, I cannot say a lot, but most of, or I can say few of robo people, they don't believe they are biafras. So I will bring that program because I watch it myself, and I want my fellow data brother and sister, Usoko, Ijo, Shekiri, and Port Harcourt to come and listen to this 2 years ago broadcast, and from Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesman of Biafra, so they can learn about data state and why we are called data and not Biafra, and why are they the British people using the Fulani to separate us, to bring commotion between the Igbo speaking Biafra and the data and the Isoko, the Ijo and the Shekiri and so forth and so on. So thank you so much for joining me today, and God bless you. Keep on joining me as I also come in and then bring some, we learn together, and share it out for those people who have not come across Simon Ekpa, so they can know him more and more. So thank you. As I go, please stand for the truth, fight for your freedom. Freedom is not easy. The Oyibo people, they fight for freedom also. If you watch their history, because I love watching history, and they fight for their freedom, and they fight each other before they find Africa, and they say, okay, now we can love ourselves and let's use these people. My sister, you are doing a wonderful job. Thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. I'm still learning. I'm learning. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your courage, my brother. God bless you for supporting me, and God bless you for encouraging me. So see you next time. See you tomorrow. By don't know the time I will have. I don't want to call time that I did not come at that particular time. I don't know how my date will be tomorrow. But surely tomorrow I will come live to come and share this wonderful message that I have. I want to share it with my fellow Urobos and Ijo and Usoko, Shekiri, and all. So thank you. See you on my next video and see you on my next screen. Love you guys. Bye. Okay. Okay. Yes, so pigeon order. I know. Okay, sir. Okay, bye-bye. Bye, Tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. Okay, and